Hey everybody, another night, another movie, and I just got done watching 2012's Jack Reacher, starring Tom Cruise, Rosamund Pike, Richard Jenkins, and Werner Herzog. This one I've never seen before. It was in the cellophane up until I just watched it. I did really want to watch it at the cinema when it first came out, but I just didn't get around to going. It came out around the Christmas New Year time period, and I just did not get out to watch it at all. The trailers looked amazing. I was hearing good stuff about it, but yeah, so this is my first experience of watching this, and for those who don't know, it tells a tale of there's a sniper, James Barr, who is accused of killing 5 people, and instead of confessing, he just writes down, "Get Jack Reacher." And then he ends up beaten up into a coma while in custody. And Jack Reacher finds out about this, and he turns up. And Jack Reacher, of course, played by Tom Cruise. And he turns up, and he helps investigate. He is positive that Barr is guilty due to previous experience, something that happened years ago. But he agrees to help out the defense attorney. And while investigating, he discovers that actually there's a big cover-up and somebody is using Barr as a patsy. And as he gets further into looking up this, investigating everything, he then starts to get used as a patsy and that, like completely set up. And there's this big conspiracy. And it's very much like classic 80s, early 90s crime thrillers. I can see it taking a lot from stuff like even, as far back as like French Connection and Bullet and that. It's got a lot of that kind of style. I mean, even like the first 5-10 minutes, nobody speaks. The only sounds other than the music that you hear are the breathing of the shooter as they're looking through the sniper scope, and then obviously the screaming of the people that are running away and that. That's the only light sound. You don't hear anybody talk, and it's done in such a amazingly classy, really amazingly well directed way. I feel like since stuff like WALL-E and Up and that have proven that you do not need speaking for a good chunk of the start of the movie, a lot of movies, other styles of movies have started to catch on to that and are using that kind of charismatic music way of getting stuff across. So this movie's 2 hours, 10 minutes long, and Tom Cruise is excellent as Jack Reacher. Rosamund Pike, I really didn't buy, what was her name? Shit! I can't remember the defense attorney's name off the top of my head. My mind's gone blank. She was okay, but I didn't really think much of her. It's an interesting movie. It's really well done, but it feels longer than that 2 hours 10. It's not that it drags. Everything is necessary. Nothing is extraneous here. I didn't watch it and go, "Oh, why is this here?" At no point did I feel that. But I will say there was a lot of times I was sat there going, "Still another hour away from the end." And it's not that I was bored, it just felt like, and like I say, it's not even that it was dragging, it just felt a lot longer than it is. And I think it's because a lot of stuff gets crammed in, which sounds really silly, but I just felt like there was a lot of scenes involved. I loved Robert Duvall's character that turns up near the end at the shooting range, where it turns out Barr and a friend who turns out to be the actual shooter. He's there, and I felt like he was a bit tacked on at the end for convenience. Uh, I felt like he could have been there a little earlier. That would be my only real gripe with it. I felt like there was no... It just felt like rushed at the end. And actually, the whole end bit is a little rushed. But it's just standard dirty cops, corruption and conspiracy, and it's totally up my alley, and I really enjoyed it. It's if you enjoy these kind of, like I say, the best era I can say is the 80s and early 90s kind of movies. If you like that kind of stuff, this is going to be, it's like a new version, but still staying true to that style. It's very different from a lot of Tom Cruise's other stuff. I felt like he was a much darker character. It didn't come over much, and I assume that it's, you know, the character is a lot more explored in the novels and stuff. The novels that this is obviously based on, and the other movies. I guess that kind of stuff, you know, backstory and that is a lot more explored. But I enjoyed it for what it is. I just really, the time was my main gripe with it. But it's a good thriller, good action movie, well choreographed, well directed, and just visually beautiful at times. I would easily give it a good 7.5, 8 out of 10. It was that enjoyable for me. I guess it would lean more towards a 7.5 due to the fact that it does feel bloated at times. But that's all I can really say. I've heard there's might be a second one of these movies, but nobody seems to be able to confirm that at the moment. I don't know. But I hope there is, because I did enjoy this. That was 2012's Jack Reacher. That was tonight's movie. We'll taking a break for me to cough. Taking the weekend off, as usual. But we'll be back Monday with back to the DVDs. And we're going to be taking a break from the Blu-rays next week. One, because I'm away for LFCC next weekend and we'll be gone on the Friday, so there will not be a movie that night anyway. But also, I'm aware I was only going to do either once a month or once every other week, and I've done these now 3 weeks in a row. So I'm going to take a break from the Blu-rays for a couple of weeks. Carry on with the DVDs. Like I say, next Friday there will not be a movie. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please share your thoughts on this, what you thought of Tom Cruise as the character, if you felt he fit that character, especially if you've read the novels. But for now, girls and guys, but for now, guys, please like, subscribe, share your comments. For now though, this is Sketch saying thanks for watching and signing out.